We'll now start to analyse pictures in this Apollo 16 118-18904. This is again one of these arachnoid formations, but the picture's not that clear. We'll analyse this Apollo 15 picture, 97-13179, so just have a quick browse. And this is those peculiar structures that I found previously. They're mostly symmetrical, arachnoid. I don't like to say living creatures, but here we have the arachnoid appearance. Symmetrical, one head sticking up there. Go to the next picture. You'll see the arachnoid structure there, so it looks like one of those arachnoid worms or whatever they are. Next picture. This picture is utilizing Apollo 15 shots, 97-13178. So quickly, by looking at the landscape, we see that structure there, what looks like a structure there. So I'll quickly now zoom in on the structures we've taken pictures of. One picture there, arachnoid type of growths and very curvy growths everywhere. Next is this picture here we've zoomed into, and we'll go to the pictures now. Again, looking at the landscape, you've got all these very curvy type of objects there. What looks like a worm right there, but obviously not that clear as the other ones. We've got this a knobbly structure sticking out on its own, and this one coming right over the object. If they're enlarged, you don't really see that much, but obviously there's something happening there. So let's go to the next one. Again, very knobbly and curvy. And now we go to the next image. This is the next Apollo image, so we'll zoom in on the pictures I've taken using the iPhone. There's only one picture I found of interesting. This is the object coming up there and the little one down the bottom. So we'll go to the next picture. This is again an Apollo 15 shot, and we'll just zoom into the pictures I've got here. Again, we see these peculiar growths or whatever coming up, very knobbly things. One there as well. Here we start to see what looks like these arachnoid worms coming up. There's its head. There's one more sort of coming around there. There's a straight one there. Very, very convoluted structures there. That's that picture again. I took it again. There it is. It looks like it's got little legs. One comes up there, very knobbly. And that's it for that one. We'll zoom in on an Apollo 17 picture. This is important because when they're actually down there on the hill, they observe zigzag crawl marks coming towards them. And these little structures down the bottom, so we're going to focus on them. And what we see are these peculiar heads sticking up that look like worms. Where the crawl mark stops, you've got 2 or 3 of these heads sticking up, which I saw very clearly on the iPhone, but obviously the resolution's a bit different here. We'll focus on this next Apollo picture. This is the picture here. We'll just go zoom in on the things that I've zoomed in on. We see things like white tubular crustacean things or a big worm. That I don't know. Could be a UFO or an artifact. And here's another one. It's peculiar because you see these little critters sticking their head up out of the craters. Next picture is Apollo 15 as well. We'll just scan this picture and quickly you'll see some curvy things right there. something there as well. So we'll go closer and have a look at these pictures, what's actually hiding there. And one thing right there with like large arms. Let's go. We're focused in on this, which looks like it's sitting there like a large worm or cylinder object. When you zoom in, it has its own shadow, but not that clear that I'm happy with it. Next one. That's a bit better. It's curvy. It's like an arachnoid creature. There's a few things there. I'll try to enlarge it. And then we zoom into the next picture. That's better. It's curvy, arachnoid. There are things there obviously happening. Next picture. Not much I can distinguish there. We'll zoom into this picture now. We'll look at this picture, which is pretty similar. Again, you got the curvy things there and things happen. We'll see what we found here. So we found like worms sunbaking. There they are, arachnoid worms just on the ledge, absorbing the sunlight. Next. There's one there with the arachnoid features. Something there, but not that clear. Next one. Something there, one little one there, and one creature down there. There we have a definite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodules. If we enlarge it, I don't think it'll be any clearer, but there's something happening. It looks arachnoid, it looks like a creature obviously. And we go to the next image now. We're zooming in on 63, and this is the one with the as I call it, the money shot. There's one huge arachnoid sitting right there, sunbaking. There's a little one on this corner with the arms coming out, and one there as well. So let's go see these pictures. This is a very good one. Okay, so here we'll see one of these arachnoid creatures right there, and one further up. Enlarge it. We might have a bit of a, yeah, there's the form, there's the shadow. It's like a arachnoid worm. One higher up, curved structure. Let's go to the next one. That's the money shot. That one just, it's too good to be true. There it is, sunbaking. The one underneath, you got two arms and an actual, something peculiar down there. So let's try to zoom in and get that one as well. That's that one. It sits there, the tail's nodular like the other one, and this one is hidden in the shadows. Obviously there's something there, as you can see. Going to this next Apollo 16 picture now. Obviously they took one more picture of this, so that's the third picture. Something's happening right there as well. Let's zoom in now, but there it is, sunbaking. There's one down the bottom, and I think there's one right down there. I think I'm using a flash on that one. You see the arachnoid tail there, and then the two arms. That one's just too obvious sitting there. There's another one up the top. I didn't see that one before. Let's go have a closer look. It's a nodular, like a worm. There's one there as well. Go to the next image. That's a good image as well. Next one. There's one there with 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 round nodules and an elbow down there. That's the one in the corner I was telling you about, under the ledge. It just sits there, right there. And so there's a lot of things on this landscape. More nodules up there, curvy structures. From far away, you wouldn't see this in other photos. Now I'm zooming in on this one. You'll see two nodular structures there, and that arm, and there's the other object right up there. So that one's hiding the shade, that one's absorbing the sunlight. Hard to believe, but that's what we're seeing. And these pictures are pretty hard to zoom in on, so not that easy. There's one there, very nodular. One further up, next picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 nodules down there. There's a perfect example there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just sitting there for dark shadow. It's a bit curved, that one. There's one more there. One's down the bottom. There's one in the crater, very nodular. There's one there as well. Next image. We'll go into this image now. Here it is. I think we found it before. There's that like a nodular worm coming down the side. Let's go focusing on it. That's one there, not that clear, but the other one, yeah, there's something there, right there. We'll just zoom in on this picture and we'll see the rod sticking up. There it is there, there's one sticking up there. Looks like a tubular structure there. And that's one that I focused in on there. That's the picture there, and we'll zoom in on that worm right there with the shadow. Just sits there absorbing sunlight. So let's zoom in on that one. And there it is. It just sits there. There's a shadow. It's an arachnoid worm. And absorbs the sunlight. Go to the next picture. These are the pictures. This picture here, we'll zoom in. Nothing special, but we see this thing's sitting in the crater with like two heads and a major body there, and all these tubular arachnoid things. Let's go further. Here we have some things happening on the crater ledge, very anomaly, arachnoid type of things. It's a few more towers and arachnoid type of anomaly structures. One there, a bumpy down there. Next picture. Here's one other picture. We'll zoom in on what we find. Not much, but there's a few knobbly things sticking up there. Some looks like one of these knobbly worms up there. Not happy with that one. There's a lot of things, could be eggs right there. We've got something happening here. One's just coming out of that crevice there. Here's a good one. It just sits there. That's a definite arachnoid. There it is, right there. Next picture. This is where we see something underneath there. There's a few things up there. Maybe something down here. We'll zoom in. Something's there. Cylinder type arachnoid creature for shadow. I'll try to enlarge it. Obviously there's something there, but I'm not quite happy with the form of that one. Oops, let's go back. We missed one. Here we have something a bit more curvy, so you can tell something's happening. It's more arachnoid. It's a bit anobular. Things further up, so that's a bit more clearer. Here's a good one. It's very curvy. There's one arachnoid above. Definite features, and that one is just very curvy. I can't say anything else. I'll just zoom in on it. There it is. That's a good picture. You'll see that process coming over. One's above it. Very good picture. There's one coming up there. That's a very good picture as well. Go to this other picture. There's one there as well underneath. Analyze this picture further. You've got these like white worms coming over, sunbaking. There's the shadow, arachnoid. A definite one. I think I've seen these pictures before. Something happening there in the crevice, and that's a definite arachnoid there. You can see it, 1, 2, 3, 4 nodules, and the curvy front.